Donald Trump's son-in-law and current White House advisor, husband of Ivanka, Jared Kushner, found himself this week the target of a $10 million lawsuit brought by former tenants in a building that he owned. The lawsuit specifically is against Kushner Companies because these tenants who were in a rent-controlled apartment say that they were basically harassed to the point that they had to leave so that Jared Kushner and his family could tear out their apartments and build a new set of luxury condominiums selling well over a couple million apiece. Jared Kushner himself, along with a few of his business associates, is the one who bought this particular building several years ago. He bought it on behalf of Kushner Companies, but he is the man who signed his name on the documents. So yes, this does directly concern Jared Kushner. So here's what this lawsuit claims according to the tenants. They said that once Kushner Companies came in and bought the building, they immediately began renovations. Nothing wrong with that, right? If they want to sell it, they need to update it. The only problem is that the renovations didn't actually need to be done. Renovations had been completed on that building less than 5 years ago. Brand new stoves, appliances, countertops, tile floors, everything top of the line and only a few years old. Some of them had never even been used. But Kushner, ever the jackass that he is, wanted these rent-controlled people out of his building because you can't just kick them out because that's illegal. So you had to find a way to make them want to leave. And that's exactly what Kushner and his companies did, according to this lawsuit. They began demolition. They ripped out all those brand new countertops in some of the empty apartments. They ripped out those tile floors. There was hammering and banging and construction going on all hours of the day. It was interrupting people's sleep cycles. And more importantly, it was also releasing a toxic cloud, basically, of silica dust, which has been linked to lung cancer and other irreparable lung diseases. But Kushner didn't care. He wanted those people out of the building so that he could make a quick profit off of their apartments by turning them into luxury condos. There's also reports that while Kushner and his people were doing these constructions, they gave construction workers passes, keys basically, that allowed them to get into any tenant's apartment. And some people reported that these construction workers would just enter their apartments without knocking with their special keys, including times when the people were in the shower or they were walking around not fully dressed. The construction workers just came in without a care in the world because that's what they were instructed to do. They wanted to make these people's lives a living hell so that Jared Kushner could make a few more dollars. My bet here is that this lawsuit never makes it to trial, because if it does, Jared Kushner himself is going to have to be in that courtroom for the entire thing. And we're going to hear all of the dirty practices that he and his company engaged in with that particular building. So what's going to happen is that this thing is going to settle, and my prediction is that it's going to settle pretty quickly so that this story disappears, so that the already embattled Jared Kushner doesn't suffer any more negative publicity.